Ladies and gentlemen, I have a piece of news for you today that for some might be gobsmacking, perhaps even bewildering. It is the fact that Warner Brothers is continuing forward with yet another live service DC video game. Okay, so this is coming from a job listing on the Warner Brothers website. So this isn't even some scooper guy that's coming out with information. This is literally just publicly available information on the W Games Montreal website. They are hiring for an executive producer, and let's get into the stuff that basically lets us know that this is a live service DC game. So your new role: as an executive producer, you will lead the development of a high-quality AAA game based on one of the iconic IPs from the vast Warner Brothers and DC Comics catalog. You will oversee the entire production lifecycle from concept to launch and beyond, ensuring the game meets the highest standards of quality, innovation, and get this, player engagement. Because God forbid we just sell a game to people and then leave them the fuck alone. No. We need to keep them engaged. Okay, they can't just play the game, finish it, and then move on with their lives. Absolutely not. We need to keep them hooked. Okay. And I mean, it just keeps on going, right? So when you look at this part here, production oversight, oversee all phases of development from concept to post-launch live operations, collaboration with production teams to build and maintain development schedules, and milestone roadmaps. Oh wait, I'm actually stupid. Milestone roadmaps. I read that, and in my head I was like, roadmaps for like a live service game. But I actually think those are just like internal roadmaps when it comes to the development of the game. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind that part. Okay, but anyways, here it says execution and market readiness, drive pre-launch activities including marketing, community engagement, and beta testing. Oversee post-launch content and live service strategy, ensuring ongoing player engagement. Stay informed on industry trends and player expectations to keep the game competitive and relevant. Anyways, when it comes to qualifications and experience, I mean, it just straight up says it here: deep understanding of the full game development lifecycle, including live services. So here is the harsh reality of the video games industry. A lot of people, they go, how is it that these studios continue to try to make live service games when they're all failing? And the answer is very simple. No matter how many live service games continue to fail, these studios are going to keep trying. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, even like the most successful non-live service, just pure single player games, even the most successful of those pale in comparison. My apologies, I was interrupted by a phone call. But no, those games, they just pale in comparison to something like a Fortnite. It just is what it is, right? Like, at the end of the day, Epic Games made more money selling frigging, Sabrina Carpenter skins in Fortnite than Warner Brothers made on Hogwarts Legacy. It just is what it is. So here's the thing. I don't begrudge these companies for pursuing live service. I begrudge how they're going about it. Because the problem with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, at least in my perspective, was that Rocksteady shouldn't have been making that game. Rocksteady, who was one of the most celebrated single-player open-world game studios, they decided to make a live service game, which is just not what they do. And when you read more into it, it's not even necessarily that Warner Brothers pushed them into it. They decided to do it themselves. But at a certain point, you got to step in as Warner Brothers and be like, hey man, this Suicide Squad game isn't working out. Go make a Batman game. And that, obviously that went down the way it did. And now they're doing the same thing with WB Games Montreal. Look, I love Arkham Origins. And I, for the life of me, don't understand how they didn't just have them use the Arkham Knight engine and make another Batman game. I mean, it's just preposterous to me that they decided to try to do their own thing with Gotham Knights, and that ended up as mediocre as it was. So I guess from that perspective, it's like, it's not like Gotham Knights was so amazing that, yeah, just have them do another single player thing and it was going to turn out great. But even still, one of the reasons why Gotham Knights didn't turn out that great was because it was initially a live service game. And then it got like remajiggered in the middle of production into being a single player game. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, if you're going to do a live service game, make a new studio. Build it from the ground up and make a new live service studio. Or do what Marvel does. Marvel licenses out their IPs, right? They're like, hey, Insomniac, you want to make a Spider-Man game? Here's the Spider-Man IP. Hey, Arcane over at Xbox, you want to make a Blade game? Here's the Blade IP. And like Marvel does so much cool shit. Like they went to like a smaller studio that is making Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which is like a retro beat 'em up game. They go to whoever develops Marvel Rivals. Like, Marvel they're doing it all, right? They have their, more cynical live service game in Marvel Rivals that's making them buttloads of money. They have their single player, open world, big budget games in the Spider-Man games. They have cool, still AAA, but, less, popular, I assume, like lower budgeted games like Blade that's going to be made by Arcane, which is just a cool project, even though it's not going to be this like massive money maker. And then they have little indie games like Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's like, I don't understand how Warner Brothers just insists on destroying their own studios in their pursuit of this goal. It's just absurd. I mean, it truly is. Now, as far as what IP is WB Games Montreal going to do next, who the hell knows? I mean, my guess would have been that DC was going to do a Marvel Rivals-esque type of game where it's multiple DC heroes, just because, that just makes the most amount of sense. But it says it's from a singular DC IP. As far as, I mean, maybe they're just going to go for it and try to make a Justice League game, which, again, I don't even know that Suicide Squad themselves is the problem with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, because at the end of the day, if you make a Justice League game that is as bad as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I don't know that it does much better. Like, I still think you basically end up in the same spot, even though it will sell a couple more copies and it will just initially do better. But if you make a bad Justice League game, I don't think that the Justice League IP is going to be able to carry it, because we saw what happened with Marvel's Avengers. So it could be a Justice League if they want to. I mean, to be fair, say we will about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it was at least like a unique idea, not unique, but a risky idea, right? To make a game with those more niche characters. So maybe it's something like Teen Titans. Maybe that could be fun. Maybe. I don't know. My guess is, after the failure of Suicide Squad, my guess is that they're going to want to play it safe, because we know that Rocksteady is making a Batman game. Rocksteady's playing it safe. I think they're going to want to play it safe. I think this is probably going to end up being a Justice League game, and I think it's probably going to end up being like a game where they want to just continuously add heroes, right? And hope for the best, but I unfortunately fear the worst. So, anyways, let me know what you think. Because look, I do want to make this point. Again, I understand that they have to continue doing the live service thing. It would literally be suicidal for them not to. Because even if you're a CEO, you still have to appease your shareholders, right? And like, can you imagine David Zaslav or whatever going to his shareholder meetings, and they're going to ask him like, "Hey, are you doing a Fortnite? Are you doing like are you trying to do your version of Fortnite?" And he goes, "No, I'm not doing that actually." It's not going to go well for him. So I understand why you're doing this. It's how you're doing this. But either way, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.